But okay, yeah.
in
Adam
plasma.
is here, so maybe we can he have nice cat, Adam.
Yes.
Hello.
And there is also someone from Open Longevity who is supposed to come. So I'm just making the publicity. It's similar, but in Russia. So that's in fact a test in humans.
Yeah.
So probably it will be Yegorova, right?
Yes, exactly. But she wasn't
Because
sure she can come, she thinks.
okay, I mean,
Yeah. So maybe Adam, Edward was presenting the project. I also received an email about it because I was in the San Diego 1 year ago. I forgot the name already. In July, can you say a little bit more about it? For me, it's very interesting, but also expensive. I think.
Fest was a nice event. I enjoyed myself. They brought together different people who would appeal to a wide intersection of the population. Most people there were significantly older than me, but that's not a bad thing. Yeah, they brought them in. I wasn't able to make it this year, but I heard they turn out again.
Sorry, I don't understand precisely.
Are we talking about rescue elders?
Brad?
About Fred. Oh, okay.
RAAD, yeah.
Okay, no, okay. So you're saying it was a rather older population compared to usual events in the field?
Yeah, compared to other conferences I've been to.
This is good. Okay. Do you think we should start the content of the meeting? Because
yeah, because
are very few.
If Anton is going to leave in 14 minutes and you in 45, I'm also going then to leave. Yeah.
Yes, and I have people telling me they are watching online. So they are not here, but watching us.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, they should join because there are 6 places left.
Yes, but as you can see, Hangout doesn't work well, for example.
maybe you can put link to the comment to YouTube video.
Yes. So the first point was organization of the General Assembly.
Yeah.
And so we should make one. We should make one General Assembly per year. In fact, it should be the end of every year. And since last year, we're a little late, so we make it at the beginning of the next year, which is in fact easier to do because if we want to do an annual report, it's too many things at the same time, and we are generally in a rush. Yes?
So what? So it was. Do you remember the days? What was the last one?
I think it was the 27th of January.
I will check. It was something like that. I will check just a second.
Well, maybe we can do the same now because I don't. If we make it once in a year, let's just make it once in a year. And so can we make it also on 27th of January?
It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday, so that's perfect. That's great.
Just January. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Non. Ok. Ah ben oui. January 27. I don't find it. It was the 29 on Voilà, 29 of January.
Well, this time it's 27. So basically, it's the last weekend of January.
Exactly. That's
The last Saturday of January.
okay.
Yeah.
And we should choose a date that is good for Avinash as well. A
Yeah.
time. So I think that it's the morning in terms of CET schedules, or Paris time, or Brussels time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think? I don't remember exactly what is best for Avinash.
Yeah, but I remember it was all the problem was also always complicated because the problem was to find something working from for Avinash and for Paul.
Mhm.
And early was too early for Paul, and late was too late for Avinash.
Yes,
but my problem is Avinash. I can understand that he cannot come to the meetings, but he also never sent an email to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I cannot come." And each email I'm sending, I'm asking people if they cannot come, just to make some comment. So yeah, it's
Interesting. Yes,
it's
but
yeah.
what I agree with you. What Avinash is saying is that since he's out of the meetings, then he's out. So I'm not sure what to understand, but and I remember that we had found a common time for all of us at some point of time, and then we changed. And it seems to me it was around 11 in the morning for us in France. So I would think that's 11. I mean, for
Yeah, there is
CT.
also a problem I know about summertime and so on. Enfin, just it's making I know
Yes,
it's
about 1 hour. But it was
yeah.
it was also the beginning of 2017. So I'm guessing it should
Well,
be
I
the
think
same.
that once in a year, at least he can, if he cannot attend, he can tell who he will delegate his vote. Because
Yes.
I mean, if it is important, you can do it once in a year. And if we have to choose from Paul between Paul and Avinash, I would choose Paul because Paul at least participated many times.
I agree with you. So, Adam, perhaps you can help us because you are from the US. What is the could you have been here like 3 years ago, or 3 hours ago, or 5 hours ago?
Right now I'm on EST. Yes, I could have. That would be about 9:20, but I have been waking up lately pretty early.
Yeah, but
And for
Paul is
someone,
Paul is on the other side. I think it's California. If I don't make a mistake.
so that would have been 6
Yeah.
o'clock over there.
Yeah, it's big difference between one side and another.
But I mean, if there is a problem, he can delegate. I mean,
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think that what is important is that we should decide the date. Then we should also decide. I mean, for me, actually, it is not clear what we will announce. So
Yeah.
we will announce that we have to rotate the board, and that means that some people like me will just go leave the board. And what else should we say? That
Yeah.
basically we are rotating the whole board. Please suggest if you want to join it. And actually, we should. I mean, right now we can actually say who is eligible. So maybe what we can do is that can we even give a list of organizations that are eligible? So
Yes, but can we just finish with the time? So what do we decide? Same as now or earlier?
I think
Adam, what is the earliest you can?
Yeah, but
I mean, for a Californian person, is it like 2 hours before?
Oh, I think an average time for people to wake up would be ready for something would be around 8 EST, which would be 5 in the morning in California.
Okay. So it means now or an hour before or 2 hours before?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I guess 11 EST would be good, and then he could make it around 8 his time.
I would just keep the time that we have at the moment, because
Okay.
I know that
Fair
it's
enough.
possible for everybody except
Except
for
Avinash.
And Avinash, I didn't receive any email, any news, anything from Avinash since 1 year. I was just checking here. You know, with Gmail you can check everything, and the last thing I received from him, that was in February 2017.
Okay.
So not, I mean, not only things for Longevity Alliance, everything related. And
Okay.
yeah, and it's always.
So
But
I checked right now. It's 9:23 in California.
Okay, so then that's fine. Okay.
yeah,
Let's stay like that.
But yeah, kind of a technical thing for me. I would prefer, and I think it's easier for people Saturday than that Sunday. So the 27th.
Yes, that's what we are saying. 27th.
27.
Saturday.
Okay.
Yes. So we are not changing anything.
So I think that what is important is that we should write an email, and we should explain that we have a general meeting. Then we explain who leaves the board, who is rotated, and then we should also list all eligible organizations who can actually become members of the board if they want to. So it will be clear. It will be clear who can do it, and write an email to all ILA members, and especially those people from those organizations. So they should have at least 2 weeks to react and decide if they are interested in joining the board. I'm actually curious what will happen if most of the people will leave the board and nobody will, or maybe one or two guys, two organizations will want to join. So what is the minimum of people in the board to make it functioning?
Yeah, but just one thing technical. So the people have to leave the board, but they can be re-elected. I was just checking. No, to be sure, there is no problem for that.
People can be
So
re-elected.
it's just that if they are, we could re-elect perfectly the same people. Just that we have to elect them. That's there is I was just checking in the the bylaws and so on, and there is one thing. I will read it in French, and then it try to translate in English. Le nombre de mandats successifs est illimité. So
Yes.
successif ou non est illimité. So the number of mandates or the one after the others or not is without limit. So it's clear. It's only that we have to elect again. And to be honest, the problem is not to have that we have too much candidates. The problem is, of course, that we don't have many candidates. I don't know how much is the maximum number of for the board, but it must be something like.
What is the minimum number of the board? We are not limited. If it is more than one person, it is eligible.
It's not limited. You are more than one person. Yes.
So we should have at least one person who will want to join the board, the one organization basically, because and it will still be eligible.
Do you see the screen, Anton?
Let me check, because I
have copy paste what you wanted, which is the federated members. So we have Healthy Life Extension Society.
So Daniel Woodke, he is not federated member because he doesn't have any legal. So maybe you copy paste it from some old place, because I mean.
Yes, from last year. So maybe we made changes. So we can go through it. It should be almost perfect.
Just
Yes.
I'm just interrupting to say that I see somebody new in the group. GB, maybe you can present yourself very short. If you can unmute yourself also, just a few words. You are GB. GB. You are
GB. It's someone from France who is telling me that he has troubles with the Hangout.
Okay.
So
Hello.
GB. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Hello. Thanks for meeting. I'm working in the French central bank on blockchain and cryptocurrencies, and thanks to Edouard, I'm here and I'm listening.
Okay. Hello. Yeah, I know Edouard was already speaking about you. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
And we should say then that the meeting was performed because some people on Skype said that it would be great to have a general meeting with lots of people.
Yeah, sure.
And those people, they told me they are sick and so they cannot come. So I can put them as excused. But yes, I'm guessing that for you, Jean-Baptiste, it's not necessarily very interesting to see the discussions about how the board is being revoted, because in fact you are not eligible as a group.
Yeah.
But maybe yes.
Okay, but I'm listening. It's all about procedures. That's part of my work. So
Okay.
I'm not lost. Okay.
Okay. So then I need to find again the place, or maybe do you see the screen with the document? Everyone?
Yes. If I click on
perhaps
it,
we can go rapidly through who is eligible. So Hills is eligible, and that would be a revote. Longévité santé, it's so here that would be for revote.
Well, if okay.
If Didier wish, of course, or someone else from Hills.
Yeah.
Longévité et santé, it's already since it was voted last year. So it will be continuing one year more.
Yeah.
Because we are elected for 2 years, 1 year more. Same thing for
Varia.
Mhm.
In Russia. For Paul, I think it's for revoting.
So he wants to be revoted, right?
That's what I infer. So to be confirmed.
So Daria already confirmed from her side, and you also want to be revoted, right?
I don't.
Edouard doesn't need it. Yeah.
For me, it's automatic, and for Daria, it's automatic, because last year we were voted, and it's votes for 2 years. So there is nothing special to do.
I see.
India Future Society, I don't remember, so to be checked. Or maybe you do remember. Maybe I have it.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know anymore.
Where is it?
But actually, I mean, Avinash now lives in Australia. So does he still manage India Future Society?
Yes, I asked him several times. Yes. So we asked him at the middle of this year, and he was saying he's managing both. And he is actually active with India Future Society.
Okay.
Not very, but he is. So I can't. Yes, I'm putting. And Avinash, if he can, well, he will confirm. But based on the information from Avinash, he wants to continue, and he wants to be active, but also to take part of the board at correct times, which is an issue. So issue with times. That's times for the meetings.
Okay.
But so a priori, it's a yes for revote. Then Aubrey. I don't remember when Aubrey. So sorry, I just. I'm sure I have the date at which it was accepted. Everything to know if it's a revote or not.
Yeah, right.
But No, it's not a revote. I mean, it's a member. So then it's who we need to ask Aubrey.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm afraid he's too much busy to come here.
Yes,
but yeah, but
someone in sense would join.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it would be great. Yeah.
I see. And we had a strange issue last time with Longevity Reporter because it was not clear if any. I think nothing was really registered.
Yes, so I can ask for Avinash. Aubrey, I can ask, but perhaps Didier, you want to do it, right?
Yeah, okay. I will ask if he can send somebody off be there, but yeah.
Longevity Reporter, I think we can not revote it. Because
they left the board last time.
Exactly. So left the board because they were too busy with their new startup. No revote. Italian Longevity Alliance. I can ask him.
Are they actually registered in any way?
Yes. I don't. Well, I can say it online. I guess it's okay. There was someone special in their board, and so it was making things a bit complex. So I don't know. How it is now. Edouard, I can ask. Then Georgian, so Jabba. So Jabba, do you have information about him?
Yeah, he came once in one meeting. He was elected last year, and after that we had no news of him anymore. And maybe for Talab Kali, well, I mean, and also plus the General Assembly for Talab Kali, it's he came for the General Assembly, and after that no news anymore. And
exactly.
Yeah.
So in fact, Jabba, he came twice, but it's the same. Both are voted for 2 years.
Yeah.
But I mean, technically, they are again in 2018 members. But I think the poll was to check for today if we can remove them from the board because they are inactive.
Yeah.
And I asked them and I had no answer.
Yeah, technically and theoretically, we have also a rule that I was proposing that if you are not there for 50% of the board, you are not anymore a member, and they are not just one time. But okay, technically
actually,
also, yeah.
You are right. This is the rule that we voted, right?
Yeah.
What is the name of this? That's the conduct rule, right? That we voted?
Something like that. I don't know anymore, but yeah.
Yes, okay.
But so I want also to be flexible. My opinion is if we have people who want to be active, they should be there in one way and another. Like I insist for Anton for this, but okay.
Yes. So according to the first rule in the conduct rule, which is to be enough present without. I mean, there can be excuses, of course. So they are not in the board anymore, and I have sent them some emails. So if they answer and some emails telling them if they want to continue, we have the news from them, and then we can come back if it's if there were excuses.
Yeah.
But by default, they will not be in the board in 2018.
Yeah.
Israeli. Ilya told me that he had too many things already to be in the board in 2018, but I didn't ask Roskin. Should I ask him perhaps?
But yeah, I mean, I don't think that Roskin is doing anything right now, and I think that Israeli organization, I think it's just one Ilya doing something and some of people that are active from time to time, but most of the things are done by Ilya, who uses the organization. It's my impression.
Okay, I have the same impression. I just propose to ask just in case.
I think that if we, at least it will be better if the invitation for General Assembly this time will not be sent by Daria, but by somebody else, and we should, it should be, I mean, we should invite Ilya officially in any case, because I have the impression that right now, mostly it's Ilya who is doing anything in Israeli organization.
Yes.
Well, that's for sure.
Do you want to do it? Because I put my name everywhere, but please just put your name if you want.
But I mean, there will be an official email, so you just add it to the list. So we have official email being sent. I think that Ilya doesn't want to deal with us anymore. I mean that he doesn't want to participate in ILA because he was really angry at the way how Daria invited Roskin instead of him, and
okay, for me,
but we have, but to be, I mean, but we have to send emails because they are members, they're official members, so we cannot ignore it.
Okay.
Ilya is doing a great work on his side, and it can stay this way. I think it's really great. Yeah, and that's let's be pragmatic.
Okay. Then we have De La Parra. That's what's his name, Alejandro. So here there is a mistake, and his wife. But I think they are now very active in Leaf. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Adam, you know that. Are you still here, Adam? No.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
are you in good contact with Alejandro de la Parra?
I haven't spoken to him recently, but I can contact with him.
Because he was very motivated, and it was the time of the beginning of Leaf, you know, and so it was a bit strange in terms of who was doing the crowdfunding for the mouse lifespan tests. And at that time, we didn't engage him that much because we weren't really understanding Leaf compared to ILA. And I think that was a mistake. Everyone liked him very much. And so I don't know if now he's working with Leaf or not. And I think you were part of the same groups of people, I mean, in terms of contacts.
He recently started some sort of new job, I saw on LinkedIn, but I'll go ahead and message him and bring him back into the fold.
Okay. Just ask him if he wants to be part of the ILA board, because there should be some room, and so and he can be elected. And then we have the Institute of Exponential Sciences. Do you know him, Damien?
Well, I think it was me who actually invited Damien. And so they joined ILA, and but they joined, I think, in the middle of 2016. So by that time, they were not eligible for joining the board. So now they can apply if they want to. I am not sure if. I mean that we should email all eligible organizations, including Ilya, including Damien, but I'm not sure that he will be interested in it because he is pretty busy with his one game business, and second one is with nootropic business. So
yeah. Just a technical thing. So Damien did great things during a few months, but the last month he's not much active anymore. And I just took a look at the website, and it's already disappeared. Sadly, yeah. That's all what I wanted to say. Just checking also on the Facebook account. I put the link who is not existing anymore. Yeah. So maybe we should let Justin. Hello, that's a while ago, and
Justin is
the other
here?
person who is here to present themselves in a few seconds. Well, Justin, I think most of us knew you, but
Oh, yeah.
know you. Sorry. Justin, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Once again. No, not yet.
Yes, now we can hear you now. Perfect.
No.
Oh, it was perfect for 1 second.
Try again.
Okay.
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm Justin Lowe from Longevity, and I just dropped by to see how the meeting was going.
Wonderful. So we are in the procedure, as you can see, of knowing who can be elected in the board. And we have something special, which is that the board is only composed of federated members.
Right.
And members, federated members for at least 1 year. This is done to avoid, unwanted.
People coming and going.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And so I understand that Longevity is supporting the ILA, but not willing to be member of another.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, right now, probably we wouldn't become a federated member. Longevity would not, but it's something that perhaps could happen in the future. But certainly, Longevity members are very familiar with all of the ILA federated members. You know, everyone is very familiar with the ILA and follow some of the things that are going on. So, but yeah.
There's something that we used to do, which is an extended board. So at some time, we stopped it at about 1 year ago, as we thought it was a bit strange to have an extended board. But in fact, it's a way to have the board and other people who just discuss together the main issues about the ILA. And so it's not something formal. It's just we take a Skype group or whatever, and we put other people in the loop. And I think that could be a way, if you are interested, to be together when you have time and to exchange on the common topics. And for the two organizations, Longevity and ILA, to know each other better. Before one day, perhaps Longevity can join as a federated member.
The one thing, yeah, that sounds great. I mean, at times I might be able to join in on some of those Skype calls or Google Hangouts. Now, the one thing I just wanted to be clear about is that members of the ILA are groups, right? Because last year I thought for some reason I could join as an individual person, but
so there are three types. In fact, there are members who are federated. That's a group which has a juridic structure like Longevity. There are members who are individuals. So we only keep that for people who have been were very well known in the field, like you, or like Aubrey or other key people, and who have really showed a big effort for the ILA or for Longevity. The reason is that we want to highlight a few people. So we have a name for that, but it's individual members. So that's superstar members, so to say. And then we have helpers. Helpers, it's there's no limit except that you need to fill out a formula online, which means where you indicate how much time you can give per week, what your skills are and what you would like to do, your contacts, so that we can count on you to perform tasks.
Okay.
I'm sorry for interrupting, but I mean, I'm traveling right now and I will have to leave soon. What I want to say before I will go. So first, in the past, we had quite frequent board online meetings. I think maybe in the future we should just even not call it board or extended board, but have just meeting of different people and organizations online just to coordinate activities, but not make it board or extended board meetings, because I think that board should just supervise the organization while operational activities should be done just by participants. It's my first opinion. And the second thing that I want to say is that for me, it's important that we should do General Assembly, because things should be done properly. So I cannot contribute further right now, but maybe after the meeting you can create Google Doc with the emails that will be sent to all current ILA members that will inform them about the assembly and about the rotation. And I may help with contributing to this document. And I think that these two things are important. And yeah, that's it from my side.
Okay. Does it mean that we should move perhaps to the next point?
Okay, so
just a second, if I can answer briefly, I like very much your idea to have not to have boards, but to have meetings larger than that, because
Yes.
it's more pragmatic. Just one thing I would have maybe just before just before these large meetings, a short meeting of the board, like the 30 minutes, so that we can decide for a few technical things, something like that, for example. But I like this idea to have it, yeah, to have it larger and also more informal. Yeah.
And okay, so unfortunately I have to go now. So it was great to talk to you, and it was also great to see some new people joining. Goodbye.
Goodbye,
Anton.
Anton.
Great.
Bye.
So I'm just trying to go fast, but that's only to make it not too boring and to have the agenda performed. And so I think we've discussed the first thing, which was who can be a member in 2018 of the ILA board. And we concluded with the fact that meetings should be larger, more informal, with preliminary board meetings that are short for specific topics. So I don't know if Justin, you wanted to add something, or if we go for the projects for 2018, or maybe you can already take the lead, and same as you, Adam, to have some insight from outside for projects for 2018. Okay, well, sorry, yeah, I wasn't clear. So in fact, I should make an introduction. At the ILA, several times we have made some list of projects we want to do. Each time we wanted to do too much. For example, the Enigma was not finished. But each time also lots of things happened, like WHO organizations, or the Pasteur Institute conferences, or the March for Science. So in fact, it's difficult to predict in advance what we will do. but it's good to have a view of what people would like to do. And then we will see if we can do it or not. It depends on people who are active. So at this time, I don't think we have specific projects. Well, I have one today, but I have every week or so I discover some project that is interesting myself. But would you have some particular view of what we should do? Please don't hesitate. Maybe Didier?
Yes, I thought you were asking to
I was asking to Adam or yes,
but
or
because of course I have my my opinion, but so my opinion is the Hills is organizing Euro Symposium at the end of the year. So for me, it would be great if the International Longevity Alliance could be associated, could be maybe we could have one real meeting during this symposium. Maybe we could, yeah, I don't know yet what precisely, but I was insisting the last months that we should that we could organize a conference, for example, or to organize a big event. So since this is difficult, maybe to have the ILA, I would say, pushing or encouraging for this activity would be good. Maybe concerning this Euro Symposium, like most of you know, probably I'm working for the, let's say, most technical and social and political aspects, and for the scientific aspects, it's the great work of Sven Bultereis. And Sven Bultereis is also the guy who is doing the scientific news on the website of the International Longevity Alliance. He was doing that this year. That's all for me.
Yes. So would you like the ILA to be helping or to be I mean, it's purely a matter of shining. Would you like the ILA to be co or helping? Everything is fine for me. I don't.
Yeah, I would say more helping, but
Helping.
for example, it could be an opportunity to meet, you know, because it's in November, so we have time. November, it's also I'm thinking in Dutch now. It's more or less quite a month. So if people know already about it, they have time to plan and to come. And Brussels is, of course, a central city. Just the weather is not great normally at this time of the year. I will put the link already online for the EHA, but there is not much already on the website except the. Oh, well, there is nothing yet except the date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Adam and Justin, since you are, I would say, more from outside, if you have some views, please don't hesitate. Maybe I will, or maybe Didier and I, we can, because we're only two, we can switch, I mean, exchange. So Edouard, I'm thinking that, well, I'm just saying something very basic. In the same way, we should encourage, as we did last year, encourage so federated members to have their specific topic. So typically, Hills is, I would say, strongly characterized by the Euro Symposium. Right. Longevity is strongly characterized by its form. So I think it's important just to put people together on projects that are high and realized and made to have that. We need to have people work together for concrete things. And so we need to recognize them, use them. I'm thinking of the longevity forums, for example. That's important. And so it will depend. Typically, Hills, I was first hoping that Hills would be performing European activities, but it's complex, and based on the people there, the Euro Symposium is the best thing.
Just to interrupt you briefly, the European, let's say, European goals were always a priority for us, but we have to be honest. At the moment, the results are not good. Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
So, for example, Peter Wicks, but also Alexander Titz and myself, we have been to many meetings. We have been speaking to many people. But yeah, and it's still a goal. But the Euro Symposium, it was a successful event, and there is something. The contacts at the European level, it was it was interesting and so on, but no results. Yeah.
And for longevité et santé, in the same line, santé, we would like to continue with the Pasteur Institute and its orientation on aging, and with also WHO and OECD in France, because we have some contacts. We have started to make some exchanges, and they are going to work on aging similarly.
Actually, for 2018, I would put maybe as first or one of the the work for the WHO. I think it's really important, and there's this ICD. I don't have the news anymore, and the fact that Varia is not here is not making it easy. But yeah, that's for sure. That is very quite important. Yeah.
So typically ICD, would you and who? So in France, we have contacts at WHO and OECD, but that's only in France. And so we are not feeling
just ICD
big enough to highlight, to target the whole. For now, for us, it's too big in terms of objective.
Just something technical. ICD is a part of the WHO, no?
No, no, ICD, it's the
yeah, I know, it's the International Classification Diseases, but it's made by the WHO, no? I'm not sure anymore. I'm just a second.
I should know. I should know. I've worked on that.
I think ICD diseases. I think so, but I'm not sure anymore.
ICD.
Yeah. It's WHO.
Okay. To me, so who I see lots of organizations, typically ILA and GHPI. They are ISOAD. So they are working on that. So I think it's not like the Euro Symposium, for example. It's something that is really for everyone. And ICD 11, in what I see, of course, anyone can help anyone, but it's better if there is also a central force. ICD 11, I think the biggest undertakers are people in Russia with Varia. And there are others, and I have contributed at some time, but I think there are more contributors, the other ones. So it's there's a central place, I would say.
Yeah. What's the name of this guy? I forgot, the Russian guy who was working on this the most.
There was, of course, Alex Zavonkov.
Yeah.
There was me at some time, but only for a short period of time. It was very intense but short. And yes, there is a Yuri with her.
Yeah. Maybe one thing more is but we are thinking loud, and it's easier to make a list of things. But for me, the Radfest event was really great, and I'm trying to have there a sub event. I'm not sure yet it will be possible, but if if it's possible to have kind of a sub-event, it could be also a sub-event of the International Longevity Alliance. But I was just asking the question a few days ago for myself. So let's wait. If the answer is certainly it's possible, I will come back. If the answer is no, it's not possible at all, I will not come back. Yeah, I would say in a best case scenario for me, it would be to have there kind of meeting of the International Longevity Alliance plus speaking on a team could be clinical trials on people. For me, it's the most important questions at the moment.
Yes, so I think yes, exactly. Perhaps so. I'm adding clinical trials to pushing clinical. Pushing it means supporting others, right?
Yeah. I don't think that we have to make things.
Yes.
And then okay, now, well, it's not really a project for 2018, but yeah, maybe there is one. So first, the Association Française Transhumaniste Technoprog is very active. Yeah, it's very active. We have many activities, and not most, but let's say 50% of the activities are related to longevity. So you have, for example, long, I forgot the name. Long life. And these guys are translating the most important and interesting newsletter concerning aging, Fight Aging. We have many activities. So I had one second TED talk just a few weeks ago. We organized an event in Paris concerning clinical trials and other aspects and so on. So maybe I would say here, first thing is how to cooperate with long life.
Okay, so I'm in contact with them.
Yeah.
Just from entrepreneurial activities.
Yeah, but okay, I will put something AFT specific and then contacts with. Oh well, okay, AFT.
Okay. In fact, I have put everything for specific topics together, but that's fine.
And yeah, and of course at Fields, but that's only in English. There's only in French. I have this newsletter, La Mort de la Mort, who is yeah, quite useful, I think. Yeah.
And so then to come back now more to the ILA, I'm adding the last point, which is a big one actually. It's I think we should have someone paid.
Yeah, but
we should try to. It's an objective to start in 2018 to have someone paid. That would be ideal. To do the organization, to help all the different groups find their own topics, be active, so to manage the whole system, because we are doing it as a board, but it's very limited in terms of availability for us. So that would be ideal.
Yeah, but we discussed about this many times. The first and biggest problem is we don't have the first euro for this.
I have solutions. I have solutions for that. So example of solutions to have money. One is to have a donators page. Right. That is automatic, and for example, we only have the people who have donated in the last year, in the last sliding year, something like that. That's perhaps a way to start. There's another example. I have, so for entrepreneurial activities, I'm working with people who are looking for a PhD student. The boss is a life extensionist. So that person was supposed to come here today, but I will not give the name. You know who it is. That person could be doing the PhD or postdoc for the project and work for the ILA in free time, I would say. And once we have enough money, then that person could stop the whatever activity and only focus on the ILA. So that can be a way to pay someone at least for 3 years. So which means that we have up to 3 years to find money for that person to continue. So that's another example.
I don't get it. What's for sure is we were trying already to have money and it was absolutely unsuccessful.
We didn't try. We always
sure. There was a page for donation and nobody ever, well, or almost nobody ever gave. But the last thing that we were saying, I didn't get it.
Yeah, so I know a PhD position.
Yeah.
In France, but the person doesn't have to be in French. I'm discussing with them. That's an example, just to say that we can have money. And the boss of that PhD position, he's a life extensionist. So I can, if we have someone who we like, I can ask for that person to do his PhD, but have time for the ILA. So he would be like half time in the PhD and have time for the ILA. And if we have enough money to fully pay the person, then the person could be almost, well, let's say 10% time for the PhD.
Yeah, but the problem is still the same. So you say we can find money. So if you can find money, bring the money and no problem. But at the moment, we are discussing about since
I will do that. I will do what I've just said. I will do it.
You mean you are going to bring money?
Yeah. I'm going to bring a position to someone. We just need to agree in the board who. And that position will pay someone while giving time for the ILA.
I don't get it.
So the person will have to do a PhD on actuarial sciences related to retirement systems, to be precise.
Yeah.
And it will be agreed with the university that the person must keep a lot of time available for helping the ILA. It will be part of his PhD.
I don't understand what would be the advantage for the university or for the person to work freely for the ILA.
Well, in fact, the person would be paid to do the PhD, and it will include working for the ILA.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the advantage for the person to, or for the university that this person is going to work for the ILA?
Nothing, except that they are life extensionists, so they are happy to use it that way. That's all. So it's yes.
Okay. So anyway, but okay. So here it is not anymore concerning somebody who is going to be paid. It's about somebody who is going to work in, let's say, his free time. And of course, if there's such a possibility, it would be great. But we know that okay, so we have already
discussed
but also many people who were saying, oh, I'm in a way or another I'm going to help, and actually there is not much, and this is the same problem in many. Okay, anyway, for me this discussion is then not anymore about someone paid, but about someone who could work during his free time with an agreement of the university. So of course, but so
Yes.
that the question is not anymore about someone paid for
Yes.
2018.
But anyway, we are just two to discuss, so it's a bit strange as a meeting.
Yeah.
And we have already minutes from the former meetings on the topic, so
So, but
it's a
here
long,
it is
long discussion.
someone working for us
Yes,
in 2018.
for the ILA. Yes.
For us is bad. For the ILA, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so if there is something concrete, we will discuss it. I'm not
Yes.
optimistic, but I would love
Okay.
to be wrong. Yeah.
And then we had the approval of the annual report. If
Yeah.
I want, are you okay to go to the next topic?
Yeah. Yes.
1, 2, 3, no one. Is anyone listening here? Looks like we are two, so I'm not sure. So are there big changes?
I'm still listening.
Okay.
I'm still listening. You can
Okay,
check
wonderful.
your Facebook Messenger. I won't.
Oh,
didn't want
wonderful.
you
Okay.
just check in your Facebook Messenger. I send you a few suggestions about finance.
Oh, okay, great.
It's about cryptocurrencies. It's my field. So you
Oh.
spoke about finances, so about cash. So
Yeah.
I had few ideas.
Wonderful.
I don't know. You are.
Can you see what I'm doing? Yes.
Yeah, I see. I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So you got few way to increase fuel of cash. For example, just for an idea, you got more than 100%, 100%, more than 200 or 400. I didn't remember, of cryptocurrencies above 100 million of dollars. So it will not be the same immediately, but it's a way to raise big funds easily for the moment. Very sort of craze. So you got that, and the ICO is what we can call initial coin offering. So it's a very tricky thing to do on the regulatory point of view, but few big projects are emerging. So it's I don't know if it's a good thing, and if it's perhaps too risky to combine the health sector regulatory risk with the financial sector regulatory risks. But there is a few things to look at, I guess. I check all the thousands, the more thousand cryptocurrencies. None of them are referring to longevity.
I think they are just okay. Anyway,
apparently not obviously. At the very least, I didn't saw obvious longevity coins.
I can give you one example. I know two or three at least. Like this one. Can you see
not obviously? This. Yeah, okay. Okay, but that's not obvious.
Yes, but I agree with you, and so perhaps what we can do is formally here agree to have lunch, or even to walk through Paris one day this week or next week, and discuss that. Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just okay. You know how let's say careful I am on this and not very enthusiastic. Just the idea here is to kind of create a crypto money.
Just to be clear,
no,
I'm not enthusiastic about that because it's very risky. And I said there is the risk to combine two big risks: health regulators and financial regulators. That's two big and very strong regulators. So I'm just saying there's a lot of cash, and there is many ways to think about. At the very least, think about and talk about it. Not it's a very risky decision, but it can pay off. So we have to figure out before if there is if it's if it's proportionate or not.
What type of risk? You mean people will invest money and perhaps they will lose all?
That's not exactly the point. The point is you can create a cryptocurrency. The main risk is to be ridiculed, because you can be on the very bottom, and it's not good for the brand. So it's we will, but if it's success, it can be really quick, because there is a sort of craze. So so technologically that can make sense. I guess few people interested, not so few people interested in longevity are interested too in cryptocurrencies. So there is sort of common ground.
Yes, I think actually many people are both interested in longevity and technology. So yes.
Yeah. So I guess it's So if it's an idea, if it's we have to think clearly about that before doing anything. But I guess there's a place for an obvious longevity coin. But we have to figure out how and why and if, etc., etc. But yeah, we can walk and speak about it.
Yeah, in the book of Jim Mellon that I was reading not long ago, if I remember correctly, there was nothing concerning this aspect. At least certainly not much, but if I remember, no, I'm not sure, but nothing or not much, I don't know about this aspect. But for me, the big.
I will have to go. I'm sorry. I said I have to go 20 minutes ago. So I guess we've discussed everything except the annual report.
But let's just say so. There is the. I was taking a look. For me, it was okay.
So we have main activities. Then we have the activities of the different groups. We have then some papers. This is a big point. We have lost someone. We need to say it in the board at the beginning of the year. And I have added the links to the previous reports.
Just a small thing. Present, I see Adam is a member of the board. No, eh?
No. Where did I? Oh no, that's because this meeting is as it should be now. It's agreed for 2018. It's more informal. It's for
but
it's not restricted to the board.
Okay, but okay, but maybe I will put members of the board, and then
where is it?
Here. And then others.
Can we put your name? Oui, on peut mettre ton nom.
Oui.
Only your first name.
Yeah, you can. Okay.
Jean-Baptiste, well, you are not. Okay, and then who was there? Justin
Lowe.
And there was this guy from CRG. I forgot the name. Oh no, it's Adam or not?
That's Justin Lowe. I've already put. Okay.
But there was one guy from CRG of the Adam. CRG.
I think.
This is Adam, I think.
Yes.
This is Adam, I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What was there? The agenda? More Varia. Okay. Well. Up. Where's the agenda? Project approval. Varia organization. Okay. Yes. But okay, for the rest we will speak again. But once again, well, what you were saying, Edward, concerning this guy, if it's working, of course, great. Let's do it.
Better to try than to
decide. Yeah, just know that for the AFT, for example, we had a few. I don't know what is in English, stagiaires. and
Interns?
yeah, interns. And it was yeah. So sometimes it was useful, and sometimes it was not useful. Yeah, and but we should.
Okay.
I'm insisting on the fact that we should not say to people more than. Of course, we can say things, but not exaggerating like we are a big international organization and so on.
Yes, we are doing
Okay.
our best to have things grow, and it's growing the way it's growing. I have to go.
Well, okay.
So
Yeah.
you can continue if you want. Myself, I'm going now.
Yeah. Well,
I
I
guess
propose
it's the end.
to stop, Jean-Baptiste,
Yes.
except if you have something very interesting to say to me. I don't know. Did we
Okay,
meet
I'm leaving.
already or yeah? Okay. Goodbye.
Okay,
Oh,
goodbye.
goodbye. Yeah, yes, that's great that we are speaking English at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah,
But no, but maybe there are people still following. The chance is small, but just for this, did we meet already or not?
I don't know. Perhaps yes. There was a.
You were there when Aubry de Grey came in
Yep,
Paris.
I was there.
Okay,
I was
so
there.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah, we already met.
I remember. Yes. Okay. Yes. And
Okay.
your work is on bank, but you are interested in longevity. Is that?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm working on blockchain and cryptocurrencies in the central bank. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There is big links potentially.
It's a
So
fast.
it's interesting.
It's a fast changing world. Even faster
Yeah,
than
precisely.
than longevity. Yeah. Okay. And so central bank is kind of a state organism, no?
Yeah, the central. Yeah, the French central bank.
Okay. Yeah. Like in Belgium, it's the Banque Nationale.
Exactly.
Okay, it's the same.
Exactly
Yeah.
the same thing. The same thing.
My
I'm
my
working in the
yeah
in
my
the lab. Yeah.
my brother is working in the Banque Nationale, but totally well. Not he's not especially interested in longevity, and he's working as a translator, so not for money. Yeah, but okay. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe I will ask him once what if he knows somebody interested in cryptocurrencies and so on. And maybe
Okay.
one more question fast to understand again, or maybe you have these two websites that Edouard was showing about cryptocurrencies and. There was one. Do you know the name yet? Still?
Okay. Yeah. It's
I will take notes.
it's an app too. You can download it. This is Coin Market Cap. You can Google it. Coin
Coin
Market Cap.
market. No, but I mean there was
Market
something
Cap.
about cryptocurrencies and health.
Oh, this is Edouard. I don't. I
Ah,
didn't remember.
okay. No, I don't remember
Yeah, but he
either.
said
Okay.
he knows two, but there is no obvious ones.
Okay. Okay. So yes. Adrian, you are there, but it's almost finished now. Sorry. But maybe
No,
you
it's
can.
okay. Hello, Lydia.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know anything about David. That's extremely sad for me.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember him.
already 1 year ago now.
Yes,
That's
I didn't know.
that's strange that many people didn't notice. Yeah, actually, well, it's a long and sad story, but yeah,
Okay. Yes.
yeah, that's it. What news from you?
Well,
Where are you at the moment?
I'm in Colombia, South America. I'm still here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been a bit distant from the activity regarding longevity or immortality, but I've never lost contact anyway because I've been reading, I've been posting, reposting, sometimes even translating a part of articles or things like that appear on the internet or even in Facebook, from Facebook to Facebook, because I have this small group, Longevity Colombia. and then I have some people who is faithful followers there, and I've been trying to keep them up to date. Recently, I've been very, very, I mean, thrilled, excited. I know the word in English, because from last December, November to this January, I've seen some new information that I thought, I don't know, I was curious, and Edward invited me to this meeting. I was hopeful to ask you, sorry, my son, ask you about the recent news. Since, I mean, Orbis Lab published some kind of new set of therapies. I don't know if that's new or it's an old thing, but I saw it as a very new and some more concrete ways to achieve longevity. I don't know exactly what was it. Anyway, it was kind of exciting.
Yeah, just it's not Sense, but at the moment, well, Sense is working great, like always,
Yes.
through the work of Oboe, but I would say that what's going also good, and with clinical trials not far away, there are at least 3 places. One is about senolytics, everything related to senolytics. One is about this test in the US or elderly, and it would be with people working on young blood. And the third one is, well, probably less big thing, but it's about metformin. So in these 3, for these 3 groups, there are really clinical trials coming normally soon.
Oh, that's great. Metformin. I read about metformin. I'm also interested in getting some metformin for me. I would like to do my own research, my own.
It's not so easy to have it. I know in Belgium at least you cannot have it without a prescription, but I don't know, of course, in your country. And do you have sometimes contacts with? I forgot the name. This great guy from the Singularity Institute, not in Colombia but in Venezuela.
Jose Cordero.
Yeah, Jose Cordero. Yeah.
Jose Cordero. Yes, I'm in how can I say, almost permanent contact with him.
Okay.
Even we were trying. I guess maybe this year, because I'm starting to solve some financial stuff I was involved. Now I'm better than the previous years, so I think I'm going to be able to make something with him here in South America.
Will you be in Madrid for the activity that they will have, this transvision thing? If you can be in Madrid at this time, you should be.
Didn't know. Oh, hello, Daria.
How
are you?
Hello.
That's so great. That's so great.
Oh, Daria. So
her microphone is off.
Yeah, this discussion was normally finished, but it's great to see you. Maybe I give you the link to what we, let's say, decided, and maybe you can speak just a few minutes about news concerning the WHO, ICD, your work, and so on. And well, I suppose everybody knows you except maybe Jean-Baptiste. I'm not sure. Jean-Baptiste, do you know Daria already?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, so present yourself, Daria.
Happy to meet you.
Weeks.
Nice to meet you, Jean-Baptiste.
Unmute yourself first, please. No, not yet.
The question
it's not unmuted.
Daria is mute.
Yeah, you're mute.
Wait, no, you are muted again. Just no. I made a mistake. I did it. Can't try. Try it again. Not yet. Still no. Okay. Yes. No, not yet. Not yet.
No. Weird.
Yeah, she will appear if it's working on another. No. Technical things, still a problem.
Yes.
So we had a 2 hours meeting without things stopping. It's already better than normal. But for the rest, no. No. Once again.
Hello?
Yes. Hello, Daria.
Hello.
Oh, just 1 second. I will try to make it loud.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's good. It's working now. Don't touch anything.
But
don't touch anything. Just tell us.
just a second. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Good. Go ahead.
Okay, I hear you. So I'm Daria Kulturina. Hello.
Hello.
So I'm based in Moscow, and right now we are working at finishing, hopefully soon, a paper on to prove by medical terms how aging is a disease. So, and we are 3 people. So, Yuri, Alexei, say hi. Hi. To everyone.
Hello, Yuri. Hello.
And this is Alexei.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hello.
So,
Hello, Alexis.
It's kind of an office where you are at the moment.
No, this is actually not an office. This is Alexei's apartment.
Okay.
Where he lives and near Moscow State University.
Okay.
So we are doing right now interventions which work and reduce both all-cause mortality and cardiovascular mortality, going through them. And actually, it's one of the final stages. So now we will just read it out through. And we plan, because the problem is that most of advocacy research papers which are published are not good enough for the World Health Organization, because they would only take clinical research, which is on people. They would not take research on mice as a good argument. And there are quite brilliant paper of our colleagues based on general systemic biology knowledge, that aging is a disease and that should be treated as such. But that would be the first paper based on medical literature on humans. It was very big, unfortunately, effort. So we are hopefully more finished than before. So and right now we are basically on the age when we will just read it through. So this is how we go.
And what news concerning the ICD-11?
Basically, it's still the same. No news because we submitted our proposal, but you need to submit it on a high level. And what we faced, we don't have strong medical argumentation, like research papers published with strong medical argumentation. We have, so we're trying to create one, because unfortunately without it we cannot really talk to gerontologists, geriatrists, and so on. They would say, oh, there's mice, our patients are not mice. And for example, I spoke recently to the chief gerontologist of Russia, Olga Tkacheva. So she was saying, oh, there are no proven interventions. So when I presented the number of really proven interventions, like primary prevention with aspirin, which is gives quite positive results, except for people with hypertension and certain other diseases. She says, okay, maybe there are something. So we need to just set the facts through which would be convincing not just to our community but to medical doctors.
Okay.
Once we get there, we will have much better ground to work with to dissipate this and other knowledge. That would be make good enough kind of mess of literature. So another good point is I recently learned that a lady from the Russian Ministry of Health, which I barely know, but at least people I work with, they know her well. She is assistant to the new Director General of the World Health Organization, a person from Ethiopia, because Margaret Chan, she left this position. So hopefully there will be like a good.
Okay. Can you put her name on the chat just to know? So she's from the WHO, or she's from the health ministry and working for the WHO. Is that?
Yeah,
Did I
she moved. Some
Okay.
lady moved, and there are other people working it. So I hope to ask my colleague how to present this information best to them.
Yeah.
Something.
And I forget always the name, but your friend, Alex is still working on ICD also. Alexander or what's
Javrenkov.
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, the problem is that he did already published good paper, but it's not strictly clinical enough for World Health Organization. Because with medical research, the DEP has more than other people these problems of medical ethics. By medical ethics, there is requirement to prove something really, really well before you can use it on humans.
Okay.
Which makes sense in a way, but I know I keep on promising to finish this huge paper, but we really are trying hard. So it's basically New Year holidays in Russia, but we're still working.
Yeah. New Year's? No?
Yeah, we have 10 days of New Year's. It's crazy.
Oh, you are. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, for us, for civil servants in Belgium, it was also that, but it was the week before. Okay. So, okay. Do you know, just there was a meeting with David Wood and other people with Alex, so I cannot pronounce it. Okay. And do you know more about this meeting? No.
No, I don't know. I'm pretty focused on this work, so I don't.
Okay.
I'm not active on much other things.
Okay. And when are you going to finish it? Tomorrow.
So, guys, when are we going to finish it, Alexei, particularly you? So, yes, please tell the international community.
I think we have only 2 or 3 points in which our article is not very near of the finished point. and
we need to finish to read it through a couple times.
Yeah, okay. But it's more what our work
is more done than not. So we hope actually to have a breakthrough in the next 3 days.
To have it finished?
No, to have it finished enough to show to other co-authors and ask them to.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
To have first good draft. That's what I would say.
Daria, before I forget, a technical point, we will have our General Assembly Saturday, January 27 at 6 p.m. That's for your agenda.
So you decided it already, okay?
Yes, we decided. Well, actually, formally, we never have the board. Sorry?
January
6 p.m. 6 p.m. January 27, Saturday, January 27, 6 p.m. Paris time, let's say.
Okay, so thanks for this
So
information.
7 p.m. Moscow.
Okay.
Okay. So it was great seeing you.
Thank
So
you.
we had a meeting with 11 people, but never more than 7. Or never more than
Okay,
6.
so
So
that's good that tell us later.
yeah, I propose to stop here. Except if somebody wants to say something more, especially Adrien or Jean-Baptiste.
Oh no,
Not
thank you.
especially.
Thank
Not
you.
especially. Thank you.
No.
It's okay.
Okay. So I hope we will all see each other again the 27th of the month, and of course
Yes.
pretty soon for all other things. Yeah, just for Jean-Baptiste, I'm very often in Paris, so
Okay.
when yeah, especially there will be. Well, you will, if you are following activities if you can follow activities from the Association of Français Transhumanists, you will see when I'm in Paris normally.
Okay.
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 It's
Goodbye,
very nice to see you
everybody.
all,
Yeah.
and especially Adrian, long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll
So
be delighted
I
to see
thought
it
it was
again.
especially
And,
me.
and for you
I'm
especially
I'm
Didier.
especially disappointed. Joking.
Especially Didier.
Daria had
But I
also a
don't see
technical.
you, only the photo.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay. Just 2 seconds for you. Okay. Where's my thing? Here. Yes. So you saw
Oh,
me.
that you're at home.
Yeah. Well, of course, of course.
I thought
That's
you're in
that.
some Belgian cafe
No. No. It was.
drinking wine.
I'm drinking wine. Yes. Sure. You know, in 2017, I drank 1 liter of wine, but during the whole year. Yeah, okay.
Well,
I'm
the
not.
Russian men that drink 1 liter of vodka and then they die.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The
We
well.
struggled in the Ministry of
No.
Health.
Okay. No. That's because of they see a Russian woman and then they die.
Yes, and very ugly women. Yes. Well, good
I'm
point. Actually, I'm trying to get
no.
my Ministry of Health to give me a kind of assignment for the year to do something on health longevity. So that's what I am also trying to do here.
Once
Like
again.
an
Can you?
last time it was for health and nutrition. I'm trying to ask them to give me assignment in our small department assignment analytical unit to do it for healthy longevity. So
Yeah.
maybe it works. I don't know.
Okay, great.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Great. See you soon, and yeah, long live to Russian women because
Lydia,
they
Okay.
outlive men 10 years. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
Lydia,
but it used to
did you
be
send me
15
the
years.
link to the Madrid thing, the Madrid meeting with Cordero?
Yeah. Just a minute.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll
before I
go
leave,
write the paper.
I put this Madrid longevity. I put it in the link. No, just a second. Madrid longevity. Madrid longevity. I don't. Just a second. Just a
Okay.
second.
I
Yeah.
have to go. See
Yeah.
you soon.
Sure. Yeah.
See you
It's
soon.
only for Adrian. Yeah.
See you soon.
Madrid.
Bye bye.
See you soon, Jean-Baptiste.
Bye bye.
Madrid. Here. It's I don't have the link, but I put it's October Friday 19 to Sunday 21.
Okay.
Adrian, I put it here.
I'll look
Okay.
for it though. It's okay. It's
Okay.
okay.
Goodbye.
Well, merci. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.